Quartet San Francisco. We just heard Sir Duke. You might have recognized that one. Classic by Stevie Wonder, of course, and we're hearing maybe a new classic rendition of it here performed by Quartet San Francisco. All right, I hear a little bit of chuckling in the background. We're going to get straight to the members. We've got all four of them. That's right here in the studio with us. So let's say hello to Jeremy.
Hello.
And hello to Kelly.
Hello.
And hello to Matt.
Hello.
And hello to Chad.
Hello.
All right, thanks for coming down to the studio. We really appreciate it. So, tell me about yourselves. Quartet San Francisco, when did you start? What was the idea? How did it get going?
Well, Quartet San Francisco started in 2000. Its original form was we were doing educational concerts for the San Francisco Symphony and found a way during doing many concerts for all the school kids in between 3rd and 5th grade in San Francisco to start writing and creating our own arrangements of pieces rather than using the traditional classical literature, and that growth of this new material eventually sort of was a chicken and an egg thing. We had all this new material and hey, let's start a group.
So you mentioned doing repertoire. We were talking, as we were listening to that last track, about repertoire that maybe is a bit different from the standard string quartet repertoire. You mentioned getting into jazz and popular music. I know you mentioned it was a chicken and egg thing, but was this an idea from the beginning, or did it just sort of happen that this was a direction that you discovered as you were going along?
Well, I realized that the kids were sort of extra passionate about hearing pieces that they recognized. Like we would play Pink Panther and we could see them trembling and shaking on the floor. And I realized as an adult that there was music that I loved as much as they loved that. And I wanted to put it in the form of chamber music. And there was none. There is none. So we created the material that Quartet San Francisco plays because it's not available to musicians in stores, on shelves, in other recorded forms with these instruments, with the music, with the instruments of a string quartet. So,
all right, and you can check out some of the music they have on a website. Do you have any web address you'd like to plug?
www.quartetsanfrancisco.com.
There you go. And you're touring, I understand, in Korea on a new release, rather in support of a new release, which I'm checking out here in my hand. Wonderful artwork and wonderful composers, of course, some of my favorites here. Tell me a little bit about this new release. What is the name of it, first of all? Any of you others besides Jeremy?
It's called Pacific Premieres.
Okay, Pacific
New
Premieres.
works by California composers.
All right. And who are some of the composers?
Vince Mendoza, Gordon Goodwin, Pat Williams, Jeremy Cohen.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. And you've been touring, I understand, in Korea for about a week now. Mm-hmm. And how's it been going? What have been your experiences playing for Korean audiences?
Korean audiences have been very welcoming thus far. We just played in Daegu and had a very lively audience, a very full concert hall, and we just feel very welcome each time we've been here.
Yeah, I think very welcoming is a good word. The Koreans really enjoy they enjoy having people at the top of their game come over and demonstrate it, and also involve the crowd. I noticed some of the songs, we're actually taking some songs from your Korean release, which goes back a few years. So we don't have any from your most recent release, but for instance, Sir Duke, we've got some Under the Sea, Liber Tango. These are all very popular and well-known pieces here. So I was talking with Jeremy about that. You mentioned how when the kids heard something they recognized, they really responded to it. I think you'll get that here in Korea as well.
We added a version of Into the Breeze, which is a very popular Korean song right now that we've put into the set, and the Koreans really go pretty wild for it. They clap along with it.
All right, yeah. Cool. Well, let's get some more music now. How about Under the Sea?